Good morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI-driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence report. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity.
Are you talking to us? Because we can't hear you if you are.
We've
Okay, now
literally say, like
We're totally been talking about you
we've
guys.
been talking about you guys for the past 5 minutes about how great you are. Like all the compliments are gone. The compliment well has been run.
No, I can keep it going.
No,
I'm really good at that.
I'm over it. Like I'm done. Like they didn't get to hear it the first
I'm
time.
not over it.
I'm with Balake can't hear it. Kayatia,
I think it's Katia.
I don't know. I think she's literally the present.
Well, what's Catherine's?
What did we come up with?
I don't know. It's just not
Catherine.
not even.
Catherine.
So I was sharing with Tommy that I'm super excited that I woke up at 4:30 this morning, like a huge epiphany, and realizing, like, what is this gone live?
That's like it's ringing somewhere.
I know, somewhere. It's over there.
It's over there on the desk.
Anyway, with Katia, your ability to do events and all the fun things, and then Blake, with what you're doing with all the social media, that I want to. There's so much that we could be doing to get people into Land Shark Mastermind, but then we're going to be doing a monthly in-person, some version of Scottsdale Investor Club, 7th Street of Income Club.
Okay, so Amor and I had an executive meeting this morning.
Cool, love
and
it.
we canceled your idea of calling it the Scottsdale.
Oh, I don't care about that. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But you didn't cancel the meeting.
No, because again, and so to your point, what's going on, Katia, is Catherine is shining up a new tire. Like Catherine's all about not reinventing the wheel, just making something 100% Louis Vuitton Tiffany style, right? Like she's like she will bling out a Michelin. So the epiphany she was having was like you're already running. When you said 80 people yesterday in your group, you and Blake have out there, like that's inspiring, and it's like, okay, same rules apply, Katia. You're now in charge of all the live events we have across the country.
Yep.
So
would you want to make me co-host,
at 4:30
Catherine?
this morning?
Would you want to make me co-host so I can let people in?
Yeah.
Yes, and do your Facebook thing. Tell everybody to go into Facebook Live.
So you were basically you and Blake were both voluntold this morning at 4:30 as Catherine's epiphany dream was going on, that you guys are now in charge of the investor club live events that we want to host here in California and in Arizona.
And tickets are cheap enough. We could fly them both in for those events.
Yeah,
they could stay at the Bell Hotel.
But Amor wants to have live events too now.
Okay.
And so she's part of the investor club.
Yep.
Trevor's part of the investor club, right? And so this investor club isn't just Scottsdale, lady.
Well, I would want my very own Club Cali here then if I host live events.
You should have your own Club Cali.
Well, again, we can't so from the investor club point of view, this investor club concept is designed and structured for people to invest into these clubs.
Yeah.
Right. And to be an investor in these clubs. And so for Katia and Blake's sake, the like minimum membership or the minimum investment to be part of the club is going to be $10,000. So how do we go about making sure that they can be a part of the club? And this is the key to the club, is that they become like managers of the management side. They don't have to put in that 10K because they're working for it. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so our team that's over on this side is going to be working for the people that come into the club.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's a joint venture between our management club and the investment club. We can't be members of the investment club, to my understanding. So with Catherine's idea, the idea is that Katia, Blake, Trevor, Tommy, Amor, Laura, Catherine, all are the management of the Seven Streams Investor Club. Then there's the Seven Streams Investor Club. And then there's the investors into that investors club. And they're $10,000 a piece. So yes, absolutely. There's kind of like, there's going to be I don't want to call it a separate club, but there's going to be a chapter. That's the word. There's a chapter in California. There's a chapter in Orlando, Florida. There's a chapter in Scottsdale, Arizona. There's a chapter in Washington where Laura's at. There's a chapter in Oklahoma where Tracy's at.
Yeah.
Right. And what we can do is then, yes, go out and do these fly-ins, fly into the spot, have the one night in-person event. We shake your hand, we get to meet you, but everything's done virtually and online. Right. But Katya can be in charge of doing the layup and set down and all that of all of this, if that's what Katya wants to do.
Yeah,
Right.
she's brilliant. She crushed it for her event,
Right.
or her series of events.
Right. And so however you're able to do the things you do right now, Katya, is what Catherine's like the most excited about.
Yeah, that's
And so same rules apply as according to what you've been doing out there. And then we're going, we're going to volunteer Blake to get the social media together on that. We're going to have an entire Facebook group, Instagram page. We can add to our YouTube channel, because this is the part to the YouTube channel, like the Titan Impact Group YouTube channel can now have its own channel, like its own playlist of these, of these discussions we're having about the investor group.
Right.
Investor Club.
Blake's trying to get all attention in the chat, just so you know. He needs you to follow his
go click on the
instructions.
thing.
I saw it pop up, but then when I went to the chat, it doesn't pop up there. Blake, will you repost it real quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna resend it real quick. I'll send it to all. I was gonna do it individually, but I know there's not a ton of us right now, so I'll just send it in the main chat.
The other thing is we're going to jump over and start doing some, we got 1 minute to get over and start doing some deals with,
You need to push this to the side just so that this can see you, because you're on Facebook
move
Live
that
here.
move that forward.
If we move that forward, then we lose the screen.
Okay.
Hold on.
But all sounds good and very exciting. So I have a call with Catherine at 11 right after this, and then excited to brainstorm and discuss.
Well, and we talked about the fact that if we're able to prove we can bring deals and we get deals, investors will show up for that. It's kind of like throwing corn out for deer, Let me see the screen.
It's almost.
Just show it to me. Perfect. Again, those are free people. Facebook are free people.
Okay.
Right. So if I'm going to make the camera perfect for free people, then I'm taking away from the people spending their time in front of us. So again, secondary, not a priority, move on. So, all right, Katya, we're going to talk about Katya's deal real quick. As I was saying before I got distracted, deals are what's going to bring investors. We are known for bringing high dollar deals, and we're scrubbing these deals for 40% or more. Then these are the things that people are going to want to see. Go ahead and share your screen, Katya. Let's see what you got going. Yeah, if you guys can go click on the TikTok, join the TikTok. When you get into the TikTok, just sit there and tap the screen until your finger goes numb. That helps boost us up in the algorithm. So, all right. So this is
Okay, what do you want to see exactly? I have the chat GPT geared towards the response and including the due diligence. And then I also have the folder with everything that we have so far.
So did we put any of that into the chat to understand what we got?
Yes, I did. So I put in these documents into the chat, and then it gave me this spiel. Yeah.
So we can run through this real quick then. So key findings from the due diligence report was entitlement was conditional. So, and not at today's value. The real value is not on that today, right?
Yeah.
And so the original plan was massive 340 units, 5 to 6 story product, structured parking, high density mixed use. So keep going down. So translation was an expensive build, high risk, not viable in current market, as proven by CRG and Citgo Walkie. It says this has already failed twice. From your conversation and due diligence, CRG spent $2 million and walked. Citgo was in escrow for $15 million and walked. Why? Cost plus interest plus rent assumptions didn't work. So this is it's still industrial land today, and it probably could stay that way. The seller's story is not reality, right? So what this means for your negotiation, you're taking all the risk, seller wants zero risk. And so position is now very strong. Now the upgrade to the email is going to say what you have below right there, right?
Okay. Do you want me to read it or it's too long?
I think it just it does a good job of explaining all the stuff, right?
Okay.
And as long as it's explaining that we're not interested in taking on all the risk, then we should invite them to take other offers,
Okay.
right? Because again, we're like if we're gonna be serious about it, it's only worth $5 million right now.
Yeah.
The properties down there are only going for $1 million an acre at most.
Okay.
So yeah,
So it's
send it.
not a fair deal, not a balanced risk structure.
Right.
Now we need to only do it if it makes sense. Next step is send the email and see how they respond.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and then let's prompt it, give it the prompt to do a understanding of the, saturation absorption rate.
Okay, I did that previously as well, and this is the information that I'm so sorry, give me one moment. Here we go. Here it is.
So Tempe East Valley multifamily is supply heavy. Absorption is real, but deliveries are still keeping pressure on vacancy, concessions, and timing. So what the market data supports is that that Phoenix multifamily has been running about 12 to 12.5% in recent reports, even though reflecting that there's an oversupply and lease up pressure. So Cushman reports that 16,000 units of net absorption in 2025, which is strong demand, but still against a very large delivery rate. So Cushman also reported that 20,000 units delivered in 2025 show a shift to the East Valley going forward. Okay. Which means that like more people are still coming. Like it's not saying it's not going to happen. It's just saying it's not going to happen right now. And so net absorption over the trailing 12 months exceeds 21,000 units, but also emphasize the elevated deliveries are still suppressing rents and keeping concessions in place, meaning that rents are not going up. So what we build for today is not going to recapture value in 3 years when we finish, right? And so good job on prompting it to get this information. Like, and again, I challenge any man, Pace Morby, pay attention, buddy. You're never going to find this information by yourself with your team. I don't care how many virtual VA, TCs and VAs and OCs and ABCs and DFEs and all those that you have, brother. I have one tool. It's called Katya Lindstrom. Leave out the D's, baby. That's how it works. Right? Her and Deal Hunter rocked the house on trying to get this information. It's a $12 million deal. Right? And so taking a mistake here ends the game for people. Like there are people that'll make this mistake in it. So I would make sure that you send Dallin this information and
Okay.
just let them know we are willing to take risk with the seller in tow, but we cannot take risk with the seller on our neck. Right? So sellers got to be behind us, not on top of us.
Okay.
And if they can't handle that, we move on because Katya is going to find another home run. Katya is just a freaking unicorn whale slayer. So
She's crushing it. So is
Thank you.
Blake, Trevor, everybody here.
we're going to pull Trevor up next. Trevor's got a deal.
Oh,
Okay.
Trevor's got a deal. Katya,
Let's
get to
do
work.
it.
Knock it out. Like, and see how fast that due diligence went with that whole report. Bloom, here you go. Tell us what's wrong. Here's what's wrong. Puked on your deal. Said you're screwed if you jump into this. I like it. So that's important. All right. So Trevor's got. We talked with a crew that Trevor met up with. They have a property out here in Arizona. Let's take a look. We talked to him on Sunday. We ran this deal and hit that Zillow report. Let's take a look at where it's at out there. By the way, good morning, Trevor. How you been, buddy?
Well, how about yourself?
We're all right. We're all
we're
right.
excited to see you.
Yes,
Hopefully you
indeed.
can squeeze in 2 minutes to see us while you're here.
So this
I know
right here,
I'm gonna have to.
this right here is a 960 square foot property. It's got a nice little tiny house on it, cottage type thing with looks like an Airstream out back, right? Let's roll through some of the pictures. The ladies like to see this stuff. Okay, that's cool. Airstreams. Airstream's locked in. Like the view is pretty decent. Like I like the layout. It's a tiny house for sure, but looks like it's luxury style tiny house. That's cool. Kitchenette area looks cool. Upstairs looks cool. I'm scared of heights, so the
Cute.
stairs got me jacked up. I ain't doing them.
I like it.
I like the porch, so that's beautiful. Some of those old junipers up there. Yeah, and you're kind of up on a ledge right there, ain't you? All right, that's cool. So there is a path to get up there, apparently, right?
Yeah.
So here's the deal: it's 204 acres, and so they're looking at it as a 200-acre juniper ranch. Property is rare, privacy space, natural beauty. It's within the Smith Butte. The Smith Butte is in the background. So we talked to these guys. They're talking about splitting this property up and doing stuff with it. It looks like they have it listed right now on Zillow, right?
Correct.
Interesting. So probably with a realtor maybe. Go click on the market value report real quick. See if it'll give it to you on the up there at the top. Zillow is now adding. Oh, look at that! Look how beautiful that chart is. What does that show you?
Show you where they bought it back here in 2021, which we discussed with them. Bought
Right.
it for 340. They had done some improvements, it sounded like, but ultimately it kind of gotten halted.
Right, but
Yeah.
why all of a sudden in 2006 did it go up there? Does it justify? Does it show you a reason why it's up there?
It's not. Just says what it's listed for.
Back it up to right there. Click that. Let's see what forced it up there.
Nothing. Even when I click there, it doesn't give me anything.
So scroll down a little bit. Let's see what the comps are right there. So here you got some solds. So let's just do a screenshot of that real quick.
Chances are that they bought it and it was just land. They put the tiny house on it. No.
No,
They
they
added the
probably
Airstream.
put the Airstream up there or something. I don't know. But if you screenshot that and then take that screenshot and go put it in your chat there, we can get some more info because it'll pull the comps on those. If you hit the dictate, I'll give it a prompt. No, go ahead and let it run. Boom. Look at that.
Yeah.
So here it's saying break the deal into two buckets, do 275 to 350 for the land with the house on it, and then sell off the excess land because the value of that land is different. So, and it says right there, cheap dirt unless infrastructure entitlement changes are in the story,
Yep.
So what this does to the ask, it moves stuff around quite a bit. So it gives you a prompt to talk to the owner about, et cetera, et cetera. Does that listing over on Zillow have a map on it or anything by chance?
I don't think it did from all of these. I think we had to pull it up separately, which I can pull it up on Google Maps.
And the only reason why I'm trying to see what we can do with that is to kind of identify where it's at, and we can take a screenshot of that, bring it over to free estimates and tell it. We want to do the entitlements here to do a subdivision and split the lots, split this into 10-acre lots. And if we tell it we want to split it into 10-acre lots and tell it to give us a budget on putting the infrastructure in, water, electric, you're going to need a wastewater treatment facility out there because you're not going to be able to do septic on everybody's house. So it's better to just pick a spot to do a seepage pit up on top. All right, so I mean, where's the dam? Right there. There's the house right there. I bet that's the house, and there's the Airstream.
This is that road that we were talking about, that dirt road that gets out there.
Yeah. So, and again, when you go luxury, you gotta build the road for Lexus to drive down, not Jeep Cherokee. You got to figure out who's driving what out there. Go ahead and keep backing out. Back out until it says a mile. Where you at? Right there, 2,000 feet. There's 5,000 feet. There's a mile right there. Oh my goodness. Go back in. Go to 500 feet. I think you're good right there. Go ahead and screenshot that. And then where it says layers, after you get the screenshot, grab another, change the layer, and you're going to change it to terrain. There you go. Now screenshot that. And he said they own Smith Butte, I think. And I think that's Smith Butte right there.
Yeah, I think the 200 acres includes Smith Butte.
And they can't do nothing with that. That's deep in there. So yeah, if you screenshot that right there, we can take that topo and take the map and take it over to free estimates, and we'll show you how to use that. Have you ever used free estimates before, Trevor?
I have not, no.
Oh, you about to.
Is that a separate website or is that as in GPT?
You're going to go to Explorer GPT, and you can go right there to your search and type in free estimates. And Let's search up right there. Try free estimate. No, put the S on it. Dang. Go to see more. I didn't think I fell out of the damn top 10 so fast.
Right.
Right there. Start the chat. And so go ahead and put the 2 pictures in there. And if you want, I'll give it a prompt. And then, oh, do you have the address?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, drop those 2 screenshots in there. Let's get the address.
I don't know if you saw the messages. Blake saying he has the information about subdividing the 9.8 acre plot in land in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then Tina's here. Yay! I miss Tina.
We had a meeting yesterday. Somebody was supposed to come to today's.
She wants to brainstorm some ideas with us. Tina, I miss you. Glad you're here.
All right, drop that in there and then let me get a time to dictate it. Maybe it'll hear me.
Dictate as well. I'm not sure it will because I'm on my headphones, but we can try. Let's see.
Let's try it. I want to go ahead and run this. All right. Yeah, it's not picking me up.
Yeah, it's not picking up.
So tell it to do an estimate on this property. It's 200 acres and we need to do the soft costs for a subdivision, creating 18 lots, putting in road infrastructure to access all 18 lots, putting in a water well and a water district to service all 18 lots, putting in power, emergency power supply with batteries and generators, as the units out there will be electrically self-contained unless emergencies, to which we'll have an emergency power grid available. We need to have also in the soft costs, the sanitary waste water treatment center for all 18 lots to drain into and for the wastewater to be treated. We want to get the cost of this broke down by section and by service. And I also want to keep in consideration the Yavapai County building codes. So make sure to use all of that. Who needs dictation when you got Trevor typing?
I just have a newfound respect for dictation, trying to keep up with what you were saying. Thought I could type pretty quick, but man. Yeah, it's just like
I could see him going too, and I'm like, go a little bit slower. I had to quit looking at him because I was speeding up. So what this will do, Trevor, is we designed this to use pictures and zip codes to get understanding of costs for everything, from fix and flip to rehabs to land development to anything that's going to cost you money on real estate. Because like, what is the number one thing that's going to sink your project other than being late money?
Unexpected costs from that.
If you're over budget, you're screwed. You can't force value on property. Like, it is going to be what it's going to be. So the idea is build it and let the value get there. Some people are like, oh, I want to have a swimming pool. Well, if you live in Minnesota, a swimming pool is actually not a value add to your property, period. If you don't have a swimming pool in Arizona, that is a serious value minus to your property, right? So like knowing and understanding what's going to add value. So when you go to fix and flip a house in Arizona, if you don't have money in your budget for the pool and you decide, oh, I'm gonna just fill it in with dirt, guess what? You're not gonna. You are definitely not gonna make money on your dirt. If you think you're saving money by filling in your pool with dirt, you're not.
Not in Arizona.
Not in Arizona. You're gonna make money by fixing it up. So figure it out.
Yeah. Somewhere in
So getting into deals without an idea of what it's going to cost. That's why Katya and I've been working so hard on trying to understand what we can do out there on her property, is because before we can even understand the cost, we have to understand the buy, right? Like, we already know going with 1,200 or 1,500 units out there on that property is a huge cost. But guess what? If we can show the bank we're gonna build a unit for 150,000 and sell it for 400,000, the bank will give us money for that.
Yep.
All day. Now I just got to find the who that knows how, right? So free estimates is the who that knows how to get details and get info. And as you can see, this thing is not being fast about,
It's thinking.
bringing back info. It's literally,
Well, do we want to, while it's
Digging into
thinking,
it.
do we want to jump into Blake's really quick?
yep. Blake, do you have yours keyed up?
Trevor,
I do.
let
I
us
can throw it
know.
up. I also just found Land Shark Part 3. I didn't know that existed.
Bro, there was a whole series on
Oh,
Saturday Night
goodness.
Live. So if you want to share Land Shark Part 3 with us real quick, we can do that for
Oh,
you.
goodness.
There we
Hold on,
go.
I have both of them.
Mom, I'm telling you, I'll be okay. I'll be careful. All right. Goodbye. Yes.
Mrs. Barton,
Who?
Mrs. Hale, telephone man.
Telephone's okay. Who is this?
Are you double parked? I think you're blocking me there.
On a car? Come on. Who is this?
Andy Graham.
Hey, Grandma. Oh, boy.
Gosh.
All right, we can
There
continue
you
that
go.
another time.
Land Shark, baby.
So cheesy.
That is Land Shark right there. So, and it's funny how much everything I do now is related to Saturday Night Live, but like Catherine wants to build the band and do it because, it's a mission from God. That's 100% the Blues Brothers. Like if you have not watched the show, The Blues Brothers, the movie, The Blues Brothers from 1980 with John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, you can't understand what we're trying to do here. You might need to go do some homework. So, all right, so let's see.
I ran it in Free Estimates and in Deal Hunter just to see the difference. Which one would you prefer to see it in?
we can go between both of them actually. So if you want to take a quick peek at the 2956 Osborne real quick, just look at the thing so everybody knows what we're looking at real quick. So this is a vacant piece of land in Phoenix off of Highway 60. And so it's got frontage off of Highway 60, and then it's got access, as you can see, in multiple spots right there. So what we're going to look at right now is the opportunity to subdivide this property and make it worth more money. So let's see what that looks like. So the total site area is 9.8 acres. So base land value is about $20 a square foot. And basically what we're asking it to do is split it into 3 legal lots. The conceptual 3-lot split shows how it would do it. 2.3 acres on one side, 3.2 on another, and 4.3 on the other. Total conceptual land value now brings it up to 8.5 million, right? That's what they're asking for it. So if we split it up and did that, it would come out to about what they're asking for it, even if we did it by the square footage. So a more market oriented, go back up a little bit. I want to take a quick look at that. A more market oriented value range would be 2 million to 2.1 to 2.2 for lot 1, 2.7 to 2.8 for lot 2, and 3.6 to 3.8 for lot 3. And again, that still leaves us at what they're asking for it, right? So if we went into soft cost division and survey estimates, now you're going to see how this drags us out of budget, right? So survey and platting is about 45 to 85,000. Civil entitlement work is at 50 to 110. Your legal and municipal is 16 to 40, 43, 44. Your due diligence is 12 to 26. So, and then shared site division improvements such as fences and driveways and all that stuff, you're looking at another, 100 to 360K. So the low to high range is anywhere between 125 soft costs to as high as 625. So underwriting this and looking at it, net lot values after subdivision budget, what you're looking at, keep going down, basically shows that even in the best practical division layout, we're still faced with the fact that we're overpaying for the property unless we can get, creative with them on it. So keep going down. The next steps, keep going down. Yeah. So, all right. So that's free estimates. Now go take a peek at what it said in Deal Hunter. And if you ask it the same thing in the same prompt, will it come up with something different? Let's see. So in the lot division, non-residential land use, let's see where it goes. Go down. So it's saying to do 5 acres and then 2.5, 2.5, and split it differently, which is interesting. And then use pricing is still about the same. It's choosing to go at $20 a square foot. But your comp showed the other day, your comp showed 28 to 32, right? Right. So we could even probably chop these things into smaller pieces than just 3 lots. We could probably go 2 acre, 3 acre lots all the way down and then build, because on the square footage of a 2 acre lot right there, 2.5 acre lots over 100,000 square feet, that's a 10,000 square foot building. So if you put 3 or 4 or 5 brand new buildings down there to do that, now you're you know, your value is going to be at like $8 or $9,000 or $8 or $9 million per building per lot, right? Like you can really
Would this be like small bay industrial?
100%. So, but we'd have to look at the saturation on that and stuff like that. So roll through this real quick, see what it came out with. Again, it's saying that the target retail price for what we do is about what they're asking for it. So they have, we did discover that what you're looking at right here is what they priced it at $20 a square foot. But we know what's been sold down there for 3 acres went at $30 a square foot. So there is a $10 per square foot margin, right? And so the smaller lots are harder to find down there in the like vacant land area, right? 3 acre lots down there. So you could technically bust this into 5 equal sized lots. And so that's what I would tell it to do now. And I do it from Deal Hunter. Say create 5 equal sized lots out of this property and put it at a $31 per square foot price tag and tell me what we're looking at on the number. It might not take too long, so we'll give it a chance to think through it.
Yeah, and no worries. I also got to head out in like 2 minutes. I got work at 10 my time, so got to get on the road pretty quick.
No speeding.
I won't. My car can't go that fast. I got a Honda CRV, so no issues there.
Well, Katya said that you're driving when you guys come out to Phoenix, so you might have to start a couple days ahead of time.
We'll plan for 10 hours instead of 5.
If we grab a Southwest flight, yeah, we can. That's like $59 or whatever.
So
Yeah, they're not bad at
So
all.
we'll just fly
it's
them out.
12 million total for your square footage, right? And so what that does is it breaks them down into like 2 acre lots, right? Just about 2 acre lots. And on that deal right there, you could actually, if you set it up right, you could actually take a down payment of like 10% on that. Go back up to your lot. Your lot price is $2.5 million. If you did 10% of that's 250,000. And then what you would do is do an owner financing terms. You get a term sheet signed, you get a mortgage signed, you get a note signed, and these people signed up to pay you a note. You turn around and sell all of that to pay off the land and get your money and get out. Like that's how I would do it.
So what should Blake's next steps be?
At this point, we've already talked to these guys, and they said they have offers for days.
Okay.
Right. So we gotta bear that in mind because Blake ain't a high roller. So he'd have to be super creative with this. And I don't know if they have that flexibility. But I think this is a good example for Blake to look at and go, yes, this is the kind of deals I want to look for. So go find we do have buyers right now, Blake, if you want to get busy looking for something. Go find me 100,000 square foot vacant buildings that are off market. And the way to do that,
what areas are you looking?
California, any California metro and Arizona metro and Nevada metro. So
In the desert,
Reno, Vegas, Phoenix, Tucson.
Tucson.
No, it's called Tucson. You gotta say it like you're from here. You can't say it like you're back east somewhere. The other one is LA and San Fran and stuff like that. So if you want to do some digging around, here's the Katya, pay attention. But you know, if you're gonna steal Blake's ideas, like just own it. Okay. You guys can call title companies. Reach out to a title company and say, hey, can you get me a list of properties that were listed that are 50 to 100,000 square feet or more, like more than 50,000 square feet that were listed and now
Cicely be listening to this
no
too.
longer listed. Give me
Yeah.
a list of those and just call a title company. And then when they say where, just give them a specific area. So somebody pick California to do that in, somebody pick Arizona to do that in, somebody pick Nevada to do it in. You guys get together, do a deep dive on that, and let's find some buildings that are off market, call the sellers and get them to enter a contract with us because I got a buyer that's spending somewhere around, I want to say $1 billion on buildings right now. Oh,
Okay.
Do you see everybody's eyeballs?
Sounds great.
I love when
They're on it.
eyeballs go bing,
I love
bing,
it.
bing, bing.
Trevor, did your GPT finally stop thinking?
Let's bring it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, as soon as we switched, it was done.
Oh,
Oh,
of course.
I know.
all right. So here we
All
go.
right.
So below is the planning development estimate for the 200 acres. So assessment summary says, from this terrain image, the site appears to have meaningful grade changes, a wash canyon edge, and likely rocky rural soil. The biggest cost drivers are likely to be the road grading and drainage costs, water production, storage and distribution, centralized wastewater treatment, energy backup power for critical systems and entitlement engineering and agency coordination. Now, do you want to know why I said that it has to have emergency energy station? Because it's more than 5 lots. So anytime I talk to somebody, I'm like, what's your plan for energy? When they're talking about more than 5 lots and they're like, well, we're going to go off grid. You're not going to subdivide anything in this United States and not supply it with energy. They won't let you. It's a law, right? So unless it's over 40 acres, Nevada's 40 acres, Arizona's 36 acres, right? So then it's completely agricultural use. You can sell it without power. But anywhere else that you have something and you're going to divide it into pieces for people, you have to supply the power, the road, and all the stuff coming in. So code and permitting basis used. Let's see. Like all that information. I like, because I'm just pointing out big things in there. It says subdivision public report through ADRE. So I understand those numbers. Right here it says approval for construction with ADEQ. Why are we doing that? Because they need to provide us with minimum design requirements for water distribution, aka right there, the 20 PSI. Some wells out here only produce at 9 PSI. So what are you going to do? You gotta put a booster on it. On the sanitary site water right there, 24,000 gallon per day is not generally something that's too difficult. But when you get above that, that's when we're going to have to start talking to the county. Key estimation assumptions are 18 lots, 200 acres, 1 dwelling per lot. Keep going down. All that sounds about right. Here we go. Sections, estimated cost, boundary, topos, alta surveys, etc. 65,000. Concept planning, lot layout, sketch plan support, 35,000. So like this is just soft costs, and you can go line item all the way through, get all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see that you're looking at spending at least 1.2 million dollars just on paperwork for 200 acres. Road infrastructure. Let's blast through that. 1.8. I thought that's pretty cheap. I think that's pretty cheap. Keep going down. We got a well system, water system at 1.6. Guaranteed that. Go down. And you got a 1.1 on your sanitary water treatment. Your emergency power backup, 1.1. So your direct total costs come out to $6.8 million. Trevor, on the phone call with these guys, can you remind me what I think I said to them about what it was going to cost to do all that work without even?
At least that you put it up to like, I think it was 8 to 10 because he had it at 2 million. Yeah, you put it in the 8 to 10 range. So
yeah, I 100% had it above $8 million. Because again, I know the road's going to cost more than the one point whatever it just said. The road's going to all the access to get in there is going to be somewhere around 2.5 million, easy. So contingencies at 1.1. Keep going down. So the estimated total cost. There we go. What did I say?
yeah, you were correct on that.
$8 million. Right. So it's right there. It's even saying $8 million. I said $8 million without doing anything. And so free estimates, first time you ever use it, Trevor, based on the conversation we had when we were talking to these guys, and I told them just to have all the stuff there to get people to buy the thing, like the product is the lot. In order for people to want to buy the lot, they're going to need all the things, and all the things are going to cost $8 million. And they're like, hell no, we can build this awesome, amazing resort for 2 million. And I'm going, like, hell you can, baby. Like, hell
all their examples were out in Mexico. None of them were
right.
stateside.
They're 100% using all their examples. They're like, well, we did this in Cabo. Okay, well, do me a favor.
Another country.
Bring Cabo up here, and we will do it, baby. Because again, it's all about destination versus retreat. Anybody here understand the idea of a destination versus a retreat?
You after being on that call.
Katia.
I'm writing it down. Destination versus retreat.
Amor.
No.
You know the dang it. Blake.
So we should have Trevor give the lesson. See how much he retained from Sunday.
Okay, I'm ready, Trevor.
Yeah, so if you think about a destination, think of Disney World. That's where I live, right? Orlando. Destination, somewhere somebody would travel to, have a once in a lifetime opportunity, but you've gotta build it for people to come. A retreat is more like what you see on the Zillow listing, whereas this is 200 acres out in the middle of nowhere with an airstream, and it's a nature retreat. So that was the big difference that I grasped from destination to retreat. And Tommy asked them, what are you guys trying to build here? destination where people like you have to build it in this area? There's really nothing out there, or is it more of a nature retreat? So, am I pretty accurate there, Tommy?
Very, 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 very close. He's like 98% there. The 2% I would add to it is the example I gave was Disney and church, right? And so people don't save up to go to church, right? You go to church, you put in 10%. That's what God wants, right? It's just a tithe. Here you go, right? We don't save up to go to church. We save up to go to Disney, right? And so the destination, and again, I understand what they're trying to say. Well, it's the experience. Because when I said, what are you going to do about the fact that you have to travel 20 minutes down a gravel road to get to it? They're like, well, that's part of the experience. We'll let you park all the way at the highway and we're going to buy a special vehicle to drive to bring you into this retreat. No, you ain't. Like, I'm not going to park my Lexus out at the highway and let it sit there for 4 days. Hell no. Like, you better put that thing in an underground bunker. Have you not seen what the lady drives? Come on now. Right. And so that's the avatar that this guy's shooting for and trying to attract is the highfalutin or the affluent people of Scottsdale need a place to stay in the mountains. No, they don't. Like, if they have that kind of money, they're not going to rent your place. They're going to go buy their own. And that's like, he's like, oh yeah, we're going to sell it to them for $20,000. Boom. Done. Well, I'm like, first of all, people that invest $20,000 on a piece of property want to use it more than once a year. And so there was that gap that we had in explanations and discussions with them. But what I was able to discover in talking with them more and more was that they have an idea, they have a dream, and they never sat down and put pen to paper to understand it the way that Trevor just did using free estimates. Had they done that, do you think they would have bought this place, Trevor?
I don't think so. No.
So they already bought it?
Or they would have renegotiated terms like $300,000 for 20 acres back in 2022. I guess that was a good idea. You could, if you Airbnb this thing properly, yeah, you could definitely make that money back. The 300,000, you can make that back pretty soon. But they want to charge $1,000 a night. And then to my math, like that was what I was trying to get them to understand, Trevor, was when let's say I don't want to move, like let's say I live in Michigan. And I just spent 20 grand to have it for 2 weeks and I'm going to rent it out for 2 weeks out of the year. If all I'm going to make is $1,000 a night off of it, the answer is still hell no. Because how long is it going to take to return my capital on that 20K, right? So as long as I'm getting 100% of my $1,000, yes, I'll get $14,000 back first year or $12,000 back first year. But that wasn't in their plan. They're like, oh, we're going to split the rent. You're going to share it with us. And I'm like, no, not for $20,000.
It didn't even sound like they were planning to rent it. It sounded like you were just buying it to own it and you could use it those 2 moves. Because every time you kept asking about renting it, he kind of not dodged the question, but he didn't know how to field the answer. And I think it
They
was
didn't
just
know how to
fractional
answer it,
ownership
right?
of it was like you were buying a timeshare. Those are your 2 weeks out of the year to use it. Or you
Yep,
can gift
and-
it to somebody, but there was no rental.
Right. And so then when I asked them, I said, are you familiar with this place down in Sedona? And they're like, well, I didn't ask them, are you familiar with this place in Sedona? I said, are you familiar with this place? And they're like, is that the place with the stuff? And I'm like, nope. It's the place down in Sedona charging the most in the area. And they're still $1,000 less than you per night, or well, $500 less than you per night. So like Sedona's premier. And so you're telling me you're going to be able to charge double what they do in Sedona out in Ash Fork down a road that you have to take a special vehicle to get to.
Right.
Absolutely not. Do you not know your client? Do you not know your customer?
Right.
And these are the questions I wanted to ask, but do you know how mad people get when you say, do you have this information or not? You know, and so that's one of the things that Deal Hunter does, Trevor, is you can go on Deal Hunter and be like, tell me who my competition is around the area. And I pray these guys get back to us and they're like, hey, we want to talk to you. But this is 100% the reason why we started the Land Shark Mastermind, was because there's communities out there promoting people, go buy this stuff and you'll get rich. And they literally, that's what exactly they thought back in 2022 was, oh, if Pace Morby said to do it, it's got to be worth it, you know? And they didn't do anything else. They were just like, oh, okay, so we did the thing. Now what, you know?
Yep.
And I feel like you got to go to, I feel like telling them you got to go to Hogwarts to understand how the magic works.
Right.
Right. You can't just go to freaking Universal Studios and buy the costume and walk around like, you know, like you Harry Potter and pretend like you're going to be able to do magic tricks. That's not It's not how this works,
Right.
you know?
Really quick, is Tina still on here? She dropped off. Might have dropped off. She wants to brainstorm with us on some stuff.
What is Tina? Who is Tina?
You remember Tina?
Nope.
She was on here. once.
Tommy. I'm like, what did Tommy say, Catherine, when you were like, oh, I'm going to Amore's event last year? Was he like, who is Amore? What is Amore doing? Who is that chick?
Every time. Every time.
Can't with you, Tommy. I can't. I can't.
Ready for this? Hey
What?
guys. Hey guys. If we just sit here and we go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Are we not in trouble later when she's like, I told you about this and we didn't ask questions? So men being curious sounds like interrogation to women because you all be trying to trick us into believing and thinking stuff.
No.
There you go.
No,
Trevor,
100%.
are you
100%.
nodding your head,
He is,
Trevor?
because he
Don't
knows
I
the
am
agree
nodding
with
my head.
him.
I am agreeing 110%.
100% because guess
Gotta
what?
ask some
Guys
questions.
don't, again, men are not natural police officers, or are we private detectives? We are not. We are 100% curious critters, like a squirrel. Like we're squirrel, you know, like that's how we are. We're just curious.
Curious.
And so we ask 10 questions because we're curious. If you respond to our curiosity with haste and displeasure or permanence, we won't be curious no more. We'll just pretend like we care.
Oh, okay. Is that
Right?
what
I'll
it
be
is? Is
in the
that what
future.
it
I'll
is?
just be like, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, sure, yeah. And then in the
Septic
moment,
tank.
huh?
Septic tank.
Oh yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
Okay, now you remember
see,
her?
all of
Okay.
a sudden, light bulbs go on.
No, so
world
now
changes.
it's okay. It's now
Now I
okay.
know who Tina is. Okay, great. Yes, I miss Tina. I'm glad Tina's back. Tina had a piece of property. Tina's property is something of interest. Tina's
Thank
property
you.
is very much like the topic we're having right now. Do you see? All of a sudden, I'm no longer like
Now I see. It's
I'm
like
no
they're
longer Sherlock Holmes. I'm literally like,
Talk about
you
poop.
know, Mr. Bean.
talking about flipping it.
So, like, literally, if
So
your
I
man,
got to help you connect the dots.
if your man is acting like Sherlock Holmes, he is literally just trying to become Mr. Bean.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Because that's all we want. Men want peace. We want peace, and Mr. Bean lives in peace everywhere he goes.
Okay.
Have you never seen Mr. Bean?
No.
Oh my God. More. Do you
No.
know who Mr. Bean is?
Who is Mr. Bean?
Katya.
I also don't like to say no to you because then you'll be like, homework, we're watching this.
I know
Other thing.
semi, like I know a little bit.
I guarantee if everybody goes and looks up Mr. Bean, you'll be like, oh yeah, that guy. I promise. I promise.
All right, I'm
Okay, it's the top of the hour, and you've made us all laugh.
All right, so it's 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Trevor, yeah, if you want to get those guys to come back and do a demo call, because again, I would like to explore what they can do there. They are definitely not doing any kind of subdividing there based on what we looked at. It's just not even feasible. So if they want to turn it into something else, we'd be all for turning it into something else. Like it would be great as a retreat, like market it as a retreat location that you rent out monthly for 10 grand, right? And you can rent it to a group for 10 grand, you know, but
You just
it's got to
messaged him
come.
again because I sent him that link. I sent him the link here webinar on Sunday, but I just followed up with
Yeah.
Marco. So we'll see what it says.
The
See if I
thing's
can
got
get him on here this week.
it's got its nice points to it, but I really believe if you provided it as a like guru retreat place for people to come and you supply it with the stuff that needs to have there for that, like the off-road vehicles, you don't need a $20,000-$30,000 Polaris to be there. You can have a fleet of side-by-sides or off-road vehicles that you can get that fleet for like 40 or 50 grand and have 10 vehicles there. They go at most 20 miles an hour. It's just for the exploring, just for the experience. I get what they're trying to do, but they got to be mathematical about it, right? And use logic to get there. So anyway, yeah, it's top of the hour. We're going to wrap it up. Amore's already tried to put me in check. She's now out of the room. She's like, I'm done with Tommy. We're leaving. So we are going to have our 3:00 call today, correct?
Yeah.
Michael Hughes is going to be on that
3:30.
at 3:30.
No, our call with the events is 3. 3:30 is Michael Hughes.
Got it. Okay. We're going to have some cool stuff to show everybody. I made all the presentations for each one of the webinars. And so I'll get into that stuff with you guys after this.
So here on out, are we doing the podcasts back from 9 to 10 instead of 9 to 11, or it's just on a as needed basis?
So if we were to have, say, like multiple deals coming through, like we ran through all our deals, we're done at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
We're not going to drag it out if there's no point.
Right.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
what it does is it kind of gives us the opportunity now to go off and have like a breakout session. So if some of
So
us are,
Katya, we could talk about the
if
stuff with you.
if we need
Okay.
to keep digging into your product, we can do that. Because typically what was happening was at 10 o'clock, we'd get off this call and we had to immediately jump into another call doing something else. And I'm like, we're not even debriefing after our meeting. If we found,
Okay.
we had to wait until the next day to get to it, you know?
Gotcha.
So pain in the ass. But yeah, I think right now is a good time to wrap it. We don't have a bunch of other stuff set up, and everybody else kind of shifted. So I've got some work on what I've got to present later. But like I said, we've got all of the presentations for the webinar. We've got the 3-day virtual summit planned out, and Amor just sent me her concept of the live 3-day summit in November, December. So today I'd like to pick that day and really get it nailed down and go from there. Trevor, I should have an answer for you by the end of the day on your retreat. I'd love to go to it. I just need to verify that I've got that time period blocked out where I won't have any other things pop up, and then we'll be able to figure it out from there. But and I think I would probably be taking both spaces, both of your spots, either for myself or for my other partner,
Roman?
Hoy.
Hoy?
We'll try to get Hoy to go. You remember Hoy? You met him out there.
I met Hoy. He's out of Philly, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, just let me know.
And then we're if you go to my7streams.org, if you want to check out that website, that's going to be our investor club website. So the name of our website, or the name of our investor club is 7 Streams Investor Club. And so our goal is going to be to get to that point. So we'll probably be, we got to get into a little bit further discussion, I think, with the fractional team about how to
I was just going to say
structure.
fractionals. I have a meeting with Catherine today, but I was going to ask that when you guys were talking about the investment club earlier, because I have a direct connection to their CEO.
Yeah. And we've been going through more with that one too. So our goal is to find out the exact rules behind starting the management team of the club, and like who all that has to be. Like, I know it's going to be me, Catherine, and more, but I think we need to have you in there, and Katya and Blake as well, and Laura, and that's going to be our core. And then we get the investors coming in, and we use Land Shark to validate, right? And we do all these things in that.
I can help you get those answers.
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I'm going to wrap it up with a quick prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank everyone for coming in today, and we ask that you continue to bless and guide us in all the things that we do in your honor and your will. We ask that you do this through your guidance and grace. In your name we pray. Amen. Everyone have a great day, and do your homework, Mr. Bean. Figure it out.
My word. And we'll talk to you both. I know I've got calls with you today.
Yep.
So excited. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Likewise.
Bye, guys.
We'll